had been kind of working out for the last 5 years. I'll be giving you more details about the entire model, the way we are going to work on to Top 100 Mentors Club, why we are developing it, why I have started taking this initiative to grow this ecosystem, and where all we are supporting this. Uh, so first of all, welcome all of you, and thank you so much for contributing your time and sharing, coming onto this webinar for knowing what are we trying to do in the ecosystem. Thank you so much once again. And I would want, of course, and I've got a huge response. I think Simran was telling me that already more than 70 experts have already filled the Google form, and more are coming on the way. The another WhatsApp group where you have come in from, it is filling up every day. So it's a very good response which we have received, and I'm really, really thankful to each and every of you. Whoever has committed, even if it is a 1 hour of your time, it is very, very valuable for us, because that 1 hour can change somebody's life. And this is what we are looking at with our vision of transforming 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses, and 100 unicorns. This is what the initiative which we started off in 2020, starting off, wherein we are looking at developing this global platform to help discover, nurture, and utilize talent. Now, who all is this for? It could be for students, professionals, college students, the person with disabilities, and even for entrepreneurs. So we cover a wide range of skill development platform. Our main focus is on the skill development. It is not just about an education today, it's about skills development and more of a holistic skills development. And apart from that, I would want to share, we will share you a couple of videos as well about our journey, what is our management, and or I would say the commitment towards this whole initiative, and how we are going to invest close to $1 billion in the next, by 2030. I would say that we have already invested more than $1 million in this entire platform, and we are now going to further expand it to another $100 million within next 3 years time, and then eventually we will grow this investment ticket size to $1 billion. There will be a lot of information which we will be providing it to you, and you'll be able to see that. Before that, if you have any questions at any point in time, please feel free to type it into the chat window. I would request you to keep it in the chat window so that I can just read it and answer it accordingly, and the whole flow does not get disturbed. But if you really want to kind of, before I move forward, I would want each of you to quickly give me a little snapshot of yours, what you have been doing, how, what interested you to join this community, and what is that you're looking at to support for this college or the youth ecosystem. So I would want you, you can continue typing it into the chat window. I'll be reading each and every message of yours, and I'll wait for a couple of minutes before I start the presentation.
I think so. I'm sorry to interrupt, Anshu, but I think so. We had sent the details about us, the brief about all of us, right? We respectively, individually had sent that.
Yeah, so I will definitely go through that. And I have, because it's a huge response, and frankly, I did not get a time to, kind of do the analysis around that. So I'll be sharing that analysis as well with respect to whatever the expertise we have gotten within the group. It's just for my understanding. If you want to type in and share something with me, I'm perfectly fine. Otherwise, we already have details for it.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, so Ashwarya says soft skill trainer, career guide, you already in youth program. Muzammil, you are a NASCOM certified, taking English language skills and skills development. Thank you, Muzammil, for being there. Okay, so I think thank you so much for your responses any which way. Let me just share our corporate video which we had actually started our, this we have made it in 2017 when we reorganized our entire philosophy of Bringle Academy, how we would want to leverage technology, how we would want to transform the education into a more experiential learning platform, and what are the different components involved into it. Over a period of time during the presentation, you will find various aspects of the blended learning platform. What are the components which are involved? Why we are so gung-ho about blended learning? How it can help us to reach out to achieve our target or our vision of transforming 1 billion lives. So with this, I will just want to give you a little snapshot about how we actually started this entire journey. So we had been running 20 plus centers and had trained 30,000 students in just 18 months period of time with a 40 plus team members in Mumbai and around area. With that, now we have reached to a 1 million plus learners community today, and with a global reach of 200 million plus in 140 plus countries. So how this transformation happened over a period of just 3 years is only because of the blended learning platform and the technology. The kind of the passiveness we have brought in into the ecosystem because of this is humongous. So I used to spend 18 to 20 hours every day without breaks, including working on Saturdays and Sundays. And now my time has reduced to as low as 2 hours per day, and that too only on weekdays. So, I mean, I can manage it here and there. So that's the kind of beauty of such kind of a blended learning platforms, which you will be seeing that across in the next coming 30 minutes of the session into it.
How many of you are in a career that you dreamt of? Does your job match your qualifications, degrees, or skills? As a child, you had dreams. You wanted to be a champion at whatever career you dreamt for yourself, but you didn't know how to pursue them, mainly due to lack of available guidance or a platform that could nurture you to realize your dream career. And as you went on studying, what came your way, those dreams faded away. It is not just the job seeker who lacks career guidance, resulting into high learning curve, but even the corporate world is beaten by the mismatch of supply and demand of employees as they struggle to find suitably skilled candidates. We have developed a system which can identify inborn skills of an individual at any stage, upskill them, and place them accordingly, which means the right man at the right job. As a result, a realignment that would benefit the whole system. An idea can lead to a transformational change. And we at Bringle Academy have such transforming ideas and are ready to execute with extremely great quality content, advanced technologies like artificial and emotional intelligence, big data analytics, and robotics. If you are looking to make best use of resources, then there would be no better place than Bringle Academy.
Time to scout.
There were some questions into the chat window about how did the funding come in. So I just want to share with you, it is mostly my own funding. So $500,000 is being invested from my own pocket. I've been into corporates for more than 18 plus years of experience, and I've generated a wealth for the same. I was forced into entrepreneurship in 2013, and I'll share that story as well with you after I lost my job. How did I got into that? What struggles I've faced, and basis on that, why mentoring is so much important for anybody, whether it is a school child or a college student or even a entrepreneur into that. So you will need a various different levels of mentoring. That's why I've started building up Top 100 Mentors Club, wherein we have got this community of 50,000 plus mentors today. Now, from the funding part of it, there are some investors with us there are some government initiatives we run. So Sharmila is also there with us. She'll also share about her story. And she is part of IIM Bangalore cohort as well as AIC NITI Aayog cohort. So she also works with with the government of India as well. So there are various sources of funding. We are further raising of funds and eventually raising this fund from the global funds as well. and also from the angel investors. So there are various ways by which we'll be generating this eventually the $1 billion fund. So let me just come back to the presentation once again, so that we can discuss more on that. Now, this is what we started up as a mission in 2017 when we transformed our offline loss-making business and we wanted to convert it into a more self-sustainable online model, which could give us a recurring and passive income business out there. Uh, this is what our premises of, for setting up Bringle Academy or Bringle platform. One of the aspect is that if you see the students today, 50% of the students who are entering into college remediation programs are unable to clear it. We have a more than 70 million unemployed youth in the country. We have a K12 segment which is growing at a very fast pace, but unfortunately, it is focusing only on academics. There's very little focus on beyond academics or the holistic skills development of any individual. The jobs crisis, there are 40% people who are lacking in income generation and going through a career switch or restart crisis. And these numbers I'm talking about pre-COVID. If you add up the COVID numbers, this number may even go up to 60-70%. And the way automations are coming up, the way robots are taking up the entire journey, a lot of jobs are going to go away. It's not that the jobs will completely go away. There will be new jobs will be coming up, which will be more productive and more beneficial. But your skill set also needs to be, required to be reskilled over there. And that is why a lot of corporates at this point in time are currently working towards, I'll just share this slide with you before I move forward. I think I'll come back to that later. So 80% of employee turnover, this is a very important data. 80% of employee turnover is due to bad hiring decision itself. Now, it has nothing to do with HR or anybody. It is something that people are not even aware how to evaluate the right candidate. And the candidates are also taking up jobs which are probably not as per their interest or may not be a good market, having a market potential. Or those jobs may get eventually faded away in the ecosystem. So there is a huge learning curve within the organizations, and I see some of the responses within the group where you have already seen in the corporates how corporates struggled, with the not only with the youth but with the existing employees as well to improve on their skill sets. Startups is a very bad situation right now. More than 97% of startups closed down within 3 years period of time. And if we talk about investment, 90% of invested businesses closes down. So that's where, and one of the major impact which we have seen in the education industry, and that's where Sharmila comes in, and she brings up this aspect. 75% of the children with disabilities are unable to complete their education. The government data shows 40%, but there is actually a date, this figure is around more than 75%. And if you talk about employment, it may even reach up to 90% or even 100%. So the people who are disabled, they are really, really struggling to survive and make their own name in the society. Before I move forward, Sharmila, I would like you to kind of throw a little light on the disability part of it and what is that ecosystem, why the ecosystem has to become inclusive and accessible.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the webinar. I will tell you my story and the way I have gone through my career. It's been success because I had very good education, and that is what is lacking in most places where disability is concerned. So education is the backbone to any good career. And where we lack is the accessibility and inclusivity in education for disabled persons. It's a shame that intelligent minds are left to fend for themselves. And I am building a ecosystem that is going to be inclusive and accessible, both. So if you talk of schools, they have to be accessible. If you talk of colleges, definitely. Higher education is one part of the system. Curriculum has to be inclusive and accessible, definitely. We need to build on that, and I hope that this will help me do that.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Thank you so much, Sharmila, for sharing your thoughts on inclusivity and accessibility. And definitely, all our mentors are going to learn the specific aspects. And of course, there might be so many mentors out there who would know how to develop the inclusive content. So that is going to
Absolutely.
add a lot of value for all the colleges and other educational institutions which we are working with. Thank you so much. Okay, so now coming back to the next slide, I mean, we have already gone through this slide, so everybody is there part of with us, and we call it as a dream wave because this is our dream. Everything starts with a dream, and one fine day, me and Sharmila were talking, and we wanted to transform this entire education system ecosystem and more into an experiential learning program so that there is more effectiveness and efficiency into that. And that's where we started this concept of Dreamwave, wherein wherever this Dreamwave goes on, you can help 3 people in your nearby area, and at least make them help other 3 into that. So that's where the Dreamwave, the way we will be able to take it out to 1 billion people. That's how we'll be able to transform the entire education perspective, or the knowledge management perspective. Uh, just to give you a little brief on the methodology for us, we go it into a 3-step methodology. So the first step goes into doing a complete detailed skills profiling platform, which basically captures their various skill sets, their interests, and the market potential, and it gives them a detailed 30-pager psychometric test report, which is available at careertest.bringalacademy.com. And once we get the report, we put them into our gamification platform, where each reviewer and a career counselor review about their practice, their profile, and give them a specific feedbacks over a live session as well as in the personal window of each student into that. Then we go into a holistic skill development programs. We create various holistic skill development programs of different communities, which will be more of a using a blended learning platforms like your live classrooms, learning management systems, gamified platform, virtual labs. All of that will put that into it, and we'll also develop the content with respect to 2D, 3D, augmented reality, and virtual reality content as well. Finally, once they are become a job ready into the area which they really want to go, we help them giving them the placements. So we have a job portal. We have got close to 16,000 plus resumes out there right now, which we are supporting them for getting them the jobs into the right segment. So this is the kind of 3 different platforms we are working with. It's a patented platform where we are developing the smaller parts right now, and then eventually we will bridge that into one platform, and this platform will be called as Skills Bank. So we will be having a skills bank, skill sets of each individual. The system, artificial intelligence and machine learning coding will actually do, the bots will work on that and will suggest the right jobs or the career options for any individual, and the corporates or the any businesses will also receive responses from our website which could be the best fit for their organization. This is on the job role. So that's how the matchmaking will eventually happen in this. Skills Meter is our program which we do it for college students or school children or for anybody, and it goes for three different levels: starting crisis people, the people who are into midlife crisis, like who have left their jobs, typically women, or they have lost their jobs and they want to restart their career. And there are some restart crisis individuals who are kind of into tough situations, or maybe after a certain age or after retirement, they want to get into a new career stream out there. These are our four major programs which we work on the categories. MBA for kids, MBA stands for Masters Beyond Academics, where we focus on more on beyond academics and focusing on intelligent question. You know, apart from intelligence question, we also focus on creative question, financial question, their emotional question, and their mindfulness question. The campus to corporate program, for which we have assembled right now, which is for college students and dropouts, wherein we work with them on a psychometric test. We create a live classrooms. We work on the live trainings with them. Then we will have aligned them a gamification platforms, some of the virtual labs for their understanding, and the support with our counselors and our experts into that. Along with, we support them for the placements, internships, and projects as well. Design Your Unicorn is our initiative for entrepreneurs, where we support startups to develop a, right from to help them sustain, adapt, and scale up their ideas from a basic, just an idea level, to a completely a unicorn status. And that's where we are targeting to bring 100 unicorns by 2030 through this Design Your Unicorn initiative. Restart Your Career is an initiative especially for professionals who are working in corporates, but they want to restart their career. For the women who have left their jobs because of the family and now they're struggling a bit to kind of go back into the normal career options, but they may have certain other options which they can do at their own convenience sitting at home. And for person with disabilities, how we can give them a various different career options, entrepreneurship or employment options into that. So this is how the entire programs comes in for us. Now, this is why we have started building up the classroom training or converting a classroom training into blended learning, because that's where we could transform our 30,000 students to a 1 million plus learners today in just 3 years time. And now we are looking at reaching out to $1 billion, 1 billion people, and we will not be able to do it without technology, without a platform, and of course, the experts like you. So that is where we are building up this platform and a concept called blended learning. So this blended learning concept would be, there will be some concept which will be based on e-learning, some based of instructor-led trainings out there. Broadly, people are already aware now post-COVID what is blended learning, what is hybrid learning. If you're not aware, then I just want to give you a little background on that. Blended learning is a concept which not only gives you a e-learning or a self-based program, it also creates gamification aspect within the platforms as well. And that platforms are more self-based, but more productive and more one-to-one. So it can be aligned with instructor-led trainings at a suitable period of point in time. And whatever your 80% of your efforts, which you always repeat, that gets recorded into the session and then aligned it into the entire process. That's how the blended learning framework is being designed. And that is why our instructional designers will be important to design this entire program. Why blended learn models? Because everybody is now moving towards offline plus online models, be it companies, be it organizations, schools, colleges, anybody. So that's where you will see the change which is happening. In the large corporates, technology is changing jobs. People are living longer with diverse careers now. Everybody is reinventing learning, and there is a requirement of integrating training in the flow of work. Nobody wants to come out of a regular work, get into training, then come back. It actually impacts the work as well as the training effectiveness. So there is a culture of continuous learning which had been, it's very much required, and that is why everybody is talking about bringing, technologies like AI, robotics, agile methodologies. 90% of respondents say that organizations are already redesigning their jobs, which means that they will require complete reskilled employees, and it will become very, very difficult for people that unless they understand technology, unless they understand the way new systems are working, they will not be able to sustain their jobs. Forget about getting new jobs. That's how the benefit of being a blended learning platform. If you as a mentor want to adopt as a blended learning platform, you can use it for your benefits, because that will increase your business to 10x. It will reduce your administrative efforts by more than 80%. Your dependency on your team and size as well will reduce more than 89-90%, and the cost of operations by minimum 20%. And I've seen the difference of costing from even up to as high as 50% reduction in the cost while scaling up your business to 10x or even more. So that's how you should be looking at. If you want to look at that, you can take this benefit. Now, before we move forward, I would want you to do this exercise, and this exercise will be helpful for you. You are already working into a mentoring segment. Now, this is one of the, kind of a giveaway from our side, which is based on the Simon Sinek's Golden Circle methodology. Is anybody aware about Simon Sinek Golden Circle methodology? Just type in into the chat window, yes or no. Okay, so Rohit says yes. Okay. Ricky says yes. Okay. Aishwarya also is aware. Very good. Okay, great. So I think Simon Sinek, okay, Shaila says no. Pushplata is aware. So Simon Sinek is a very famous personality at this point in time, especially because of his yes, Anuradha, inside out approach. Perfect. The only thing is, most of the people won't realize that what exactly is the Simon Sinek Golden Circle. And what is important is that you understand why are you doing it, whatever you are doing it, and you write your story around that. And that story makes it very interesting to people. Like when I started off, I started with the story that we want to transform 1 billion lives. That is our why for which we are doing everything. Now, how we are doing it is through by adding, how do you think you are going to add value in the people life? That's where we talk about transforming education into experiential learning platform. Now, what would you do to ensure that you are able to transform their life? That is where your products will come in. So if you can define this why, how, and what for yourself, it becomes a very unique value proposition for you. I do a 5 days program on this entire exercise, wherein we support mentors, trainers, mentors, coaches, and consultants to define their unique value proposition, to define their sales and marketing models, how they can get, generate more leads without any promotions, without any cost involved into it, how they can convert their leads into a more qualified leads, eventually into customers at ease with no additional cost, and how you can automate your entire business processes, right from your marketing to sales to operations to your feedback mechanism. So that's a training which I do it under a Top 100 Mentors Club program under the 5 days revenue Kickstarter challenge. You can check more details at top100mentorsclub.com. Simran can send those details into the chat window if you are interested onto that. So just moving ahead onto this. So the platform, let's not get into the platform benefits. I'll just quickly show you a few other aspects of the platform. You can go to bringleglobal.com. You will find most of these things available into this. What is our past work, what we had been doing. So we have published 2 digital future magazines. We have got our Super 30 transformationists who are working with us on this initiative of transforming 1 billion lives. We are now looking at around 111 transformationists in this 2021 who will be working to eventually support us for the various aspects. We are currently working with 3 unicorns to 3 startups who are in unicorns in making. These are some platform details. You can go through it. I'm just casual, just the interest of time. If we will have it, we will go through it. Otherwise, we'll just move to the next level. With your permission, I would just like to tell you a little bit about myself very, very quickly. So I'm an engineer and MBA in marketing and finance. I'm a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt and a PMP professional. I've delivered more than 1,000 projects, given more than $100 million of hard savings to corporate. And one fine day, I lost my job. That's where I was forced into entrepreneurship. I had different challenges with respect to face depression. I was into personal and professional crisis. I had to rent I had to take various other, loans on my own properties, I had to sell my properties, investments, and even my gold, for which I've kept it for my daughter's future. That was a tough time, and that time I realized that just getting good grades and get a good job has no future. And what I realized is that the way industry is changing, the way organizations are changing, it's going to be very difficult for our youth. And that is where we started this initiative of Campus to Corporate Youth Employability Improvement Program, because it's only 1% of jobs which are available with respect to the new people who are coming into the ecosystem for getting employment. And that's where I thought, let's create this ecosystem, which is more focused on employability. They are not getting into instant gratification, but they are more interested, they're into the jobs which they are getting into that, and they do really, really well. And organizations also, on the other hand, should get benefited out of it. That's where the whole initiative started off. We bring this down, this initiative, to the school children as well. We call it as a hashtag Catch Them Young with MBA for Kids. It's a future ready workshops which focuses on 5 questions, as I mentioned about. Campus to Corporate program, for which we are talking about right now. Startups and entrepreneurs, design your unicorn program. The Restart Your Career program for women professionals and persons with disabilities. Little bit are about our journey. So if you have any questions by now, you may probably ask those questions, and you can just type it or unmute yourself, and I'll be happy to take them before I move forward. So I'll take 5 minutes on the questions as well.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Nasser. Now you're doing a wonderful job, all right, agreed. This project is going to take off excellently well. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, very well, Mohammed.
All right. So one thing is that, yes, of course, we are going to contribute our voluntary time into this. So will it not be a disadvantage for you, like you fix up the whole lot and then we only volunteer and do it at our convenience? Will there not be a mismatch here?
So, Mohammed Bhai, is a very, very valid question. And frankly speaking, we are right now focusing on the business development part of it, wherein we are connecting with these colleges and getting them signed up. Right now, we are actually in discussion with, we have signed up an agreement with 500 plus colleges. We are in discussion with close to another 1,000 plus colleges at this point in time in various parts of the country. Point what I'm trying to, is that yes, there could be some confusion into that, and that is where we will require all your support. In terms of managing this as a project, we will want jointly to come up with certain methodology by which we can appoint a certain principal mentors. These principal mentors can form up their team and schedule it with the student. So what we will do is, we will align a one principal mentor with every college. And this principal mentor will be responsible for, recruiting or basically managing the other set of mentors you will require to train these students, not only for the free, but eventually for the paid students as well. So I will be looking at some bit of ideas or suggestions from your side as well. I'm right now sharing what we are trying to do, and will be open for feedback and suggestions how we can make it much better. So whoever will be interested in, helping us to manage this thing entirely more as a project, we'll have a separate meeting with them, and we'll formalize that in a much better manner. Does that answer your question?
Hi, Anshav. Can I put up a question?
Sure, actually.
I have a three-pronged question. One is obviously the colleges that you're already targeting. You said there are going to be some children, some students who you're going to enroll for free, and some obviously at a cost. Some will be paying some sort of a fee Is what is the percentage of paid versus free? That's one. Two. Okay, sorry. Do you want to go ahead and answer that first?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay, sure. And the second is, what are the financials going to be in the long term for mentors like us if we are wanting to, associate for a long term, currently voluntarily, and in the long term maybe at a pre-agreed, predetermined cost. So that, and the third thing is when you say job assistance, are you already, do you have any corporates already tied up with you, or are you signing up with them?
Okay. So thank you, Akshay, for such a wonderful question. And see, the ratio of paid versus free, it is still to be figured it out. But what we are expecting is that the way we are dealing with the colleges is we are telling them that we are giving this free training only because as a customary support or initial introduction to them. So once we have the students understanding and details, there could be a possibility that either the college will take up basis on the performance of the students or the feedback from the students, either the college will fund for all the students or the students will take as per their own wish. Typically, what we have seen is we have seen 30% conversion from the numbers of free trainings. But it could be as when we calculated basis on the 10% of the conversions into that. So let's assume if we are targeting, let's say, first 1 lakh students to be trained. You can expect around 10,000 students who will be coming into that, and each student, then we will be giving basis on per student basis or per hour basis the payment to the mentors. We will be paying anywhere from 5,000 to 15,000 rupees per man day, depending on the training, depending on the number of students, and depending on the quality of the experience of the mentor. So that is how we will be paying to the mentors onto that. Once a principal mentors and a mentors team are aligned to a particular college, any kind of conversions, whatever will happen, will go to that respective team only for that. So that because they are already comfortable with that kind of that person or that mentor. So that's how we are going to align with that. To answer your third question, we have some partnerships with some corporates, but we are parallelly we are doing that already. Plus, we are taking help of colleges as well to bring all these corporates into one ecosystem so that all the colleges can get benefited from it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question, Anshav, because I have been associated with the educational institution for quite some time. I believe that is money an issue in terms of these educational institution, in terms of paying to even for these kinds of campus to corporates? Do you believe so?
You are right, Riti. They definitely won't like to pay. Typically.
No.
And,
I'm asking other way around. I'm asking other way around because when you talk about pandemic also, the fees never stopped for any of the school and colleges, right? So today when they call somebody as a guest faculty, they definitely have a kind of a money which they pay it, right? So I'm just asking, I'm inquisitive to know that is it a business model which you're planning to take up later on, or is it, voluntary? The cause is very good. There are no doubts about the cause, right? There are no doubts about the initiative. But I'm just questioning the thought process that every educational institution has good money. So doesn't the business model start immediately once you empanel these colleges and mentors?
So Riti, frankly, it's a brilliant question. Let me answer it in this way. They do have money. The only point is they don't want to spend on activities which are not defined within their specified curriculum. Now, for them, it is very easy to show that you are getting a branding within their college students. And if any student is willing to pay, they can directly go and pay to you, and which is a fair deal. The way we are going to work into this model is we are going to bring them into the gamification platform or our various platforms, and we are going to have a direct connect with the students also to some extent. And then the platform is going to work onto that. We are not going to do any marketing or anything on that. Once they like the platform, they automatically will have the option to upgrade and stuff like that. And any mentor who is associated with that will get automatically the business from that. So that's how the model we are going to change a little bit. But yes, you are right. They have money, they are getting fees. There are cases where they're not, but still, even if they're getting fees, they would not be keen to pay off to the mentors. It's always a big problem when it comes to colleges or even schools for that matter.
Got it. And one opinion, I don't know whether I have a right to say that, but if this picture on the screen can be a better picture, would have been really good.
Thank you so much. I've been actually observing that it is just our designer had put in and I somehow didn't. So I'll just change the slide first of all. I also don't like this picture. Thank you so much
For
making that remark.
educational institutions, especially, you know, from
Absolutely.
that point of view,
Absolutely.
that's my opinion.
If I may,
Absolutely.
Bajan, thanks, Ritika, for bringing that up, because I had also wanted to, bring that up, because it's not a very apt.
Yes. Thank you so much, both of you, for
Hi,
coming
Anshu.
on.
Hi, Anshu.
Yes, Mujammil.
Sir, I'm sorry. I just need to go this time
No problem.
because we have now, Friday prayers.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So now, okay, I'm just quickly going through the slides, the next slides out there, what we have been doing, into the various aspects of this business. We have been having a 21 days business sustainability challenge. We have launched 2 digital feature magazines, and one of our partners, Dr. Harikrishna Maram, had been traveling to, globally and sharing these magazines to them. And we have been part of a World Book of Records as well with Lead India. And so this is how the various aspects of the business model. Now I'm just holding it there, and I would want to kind of understand from any of you, what do you suggest? How should we move ahead in this initiative? And how can we, because I also didn't expect such a huge response. So I am actually very thankful to all of you. So want to know how should we coordinate and organize this better so that every mentor is being respected very well, as we are able to deliver value to the colleges and the students.
Jai Jinendra Anshav, this is Anuradha.
Jai Jinendra.
I would like to firstly congratulate fantastic initiative, wonderful opportunity. Now coming back straight to the point, what should we do to make sure that the trainers are not treated like buying vegetables, 8 rupees, 4 rupees, 4 rupees, 3 rupees. That's how price and you can negotiate. What I would suggest over here is you have come up with a wonderful idea of providing help as a pilot for free for a lot of people. What happens is if I have it, I feel satisfied having it whether I have read the book or not. But if I don't have it and my neighbor has it, I want it. And then it becomes a question of I want it at any price. And then it becomes a question of I want it at any and every price. So we have to build our worth to a point where it becomes a pull from their end rather than us pushing. Okay, they need to come to us rather than we going to them. So we have to stay put, stock ourselves, execute from where we are. And it's an open forum for whoever to join. Okay, wherein Yes, there are a lot of people who are doing a lot of things. For example, today Oxford and Cambridge is also giving a lot of courses for free. So now if somebody tells me that Symbiosis is giving me versus Cambridge is giving me, where will I go? Right? Similarly, your brand is a big brand. So let this brand be there. Let us all be there, provide you whatever you need to take this forward. Now, in terms of what we need, we have a lot of segments, lot of strata of people who need lots of educations. Very importantly, we are categorized as service providers worldwide. Cheap labor, intelligent brains, good English, cheap labor, excellent coders, zero confidence, no public facing, no customer experiences, no strategic thought, only executional.
Is that I am only facing the internet issue, or is it Anuradha who is?
No, I think my internet is an issue. I'm so sorry about it. So I'll cut my video. Maybe that way it will become better. Yeah, now I think you will be able to hear better. So what I said is, let's conduct a contest and get the people who have fire in the belly on board. Take a batch of 30 and train them. And whoever else wants to talk, let's say you have to wait for next 2 months for the batch. Trust me, if you get denied, you want it more. You want to build a demand, we have to show scarcity. If you show abundance, it will not come. So having said that, we have lots of skills, we have lots of talent and wonderful initiative. So let's capitalize on it, craft out our curriculum in a manner that addresses different sectors for different skills. And then roll them out as a challenge to them, pro bono. Like you said, first 3 months is anyway we have to do pro bono. Let's do that. And the output of that will actually entice people to start paying. Wherein we can keep, like any government quota, 20% government quota hai, 20% free milega, for which you have to go through a scholarship or an entrance exam or an exam.
That's a
I don't know.
brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. I've been actually talking to these training and placement officers, and they themselves were showing little pricey to us that, I will probably all students will not join and things like that. And in fact, I have been telling them that don't tell them that this is free of cost. Tell them that college is paying for it, even though I am giving free of cost to you. But don't let the students know about it. But I think, Anuradha, the concept of competition is going to be pretty good. What we can do is we can create a competitive kind of environment, and we say whoever qualifies that only will get access to our live classes. Is that what you're recommending?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? There was a lot of background sound, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, what I'm saying is that what we can do is we can basically give them a competition. We can align it with the training and placement officers, and we say that whoever qualifies this competition will get an access to our mentors who are going to give them free trainings on communication skills, interview preparation, self-confidence, etc.
Nothing is free. No, nothing is free. We don't have to use the word free. We have to use the word, it is going to be a service which will, the returns will be kind. You will have to work with us.
So let's talk it as scholarship then.
It's a scholarship wherein you will have to work as an intern to repay back your scholarship tuition fee. And that repay back could be in terms of doing our marketing content. It could be in terms of going and getting collaborations for us. It could be going and helping us do the emailing and content development, social media. Aajkal ke bachche are tech savvy. So to get them to do these things pro bono as against their education, I think they will not mind it. And since everybody is so westernized in mindset, let's give that to them. You study in the daytime, do your night job.
See, Anuradha, I'm not sure about whether the colleges will accept that, and even the students, because if the students are from tier 2, tier 3 cities, they're already worried about their normal job, forget about doing sales or marketing kind of activities. So my suggestion is that till the time we reach out to that level that we know, unless we have a MBA graduates there who are doing marketing and all. They can do that. But for a person who is doing an engineering, what will he do with that sales benefit, sales
An-
experience?
Anshav, can I come in?
Yes, Rohit.
Yeah, Anshav, thank you for the that's a great cause which you're talking about, and I can second what Anuradha is saying. See, the important is number one, as you rightly said, what engineering can do. No, nowadays, if you see, most of the engineering graduates also go for the sales and marketing. So I spent almost my 15 years into engineering company where the engineering guys are doing sales and marketing and many other jobs. So it's not like that only MBAs do, but they also do. The only thing how we are grooming. And I also second her when she said don't use the word called free, because as soon as the word free comes to your mind, when you're not paying anything to it, it's like like we have seen so many the free dispensaries where people go take medicines, but when it comes to consumption nobody consume it because they don't have to pay for it. So use some other word, kind of write a scholarship, you said it, and let them do something, because free does not happen. You call it a free, people may come but they don't take it as seriously. If you want people should take something seriously, we should have coined some other name for it rather than just using free.
Uh,
There is nothing free. See, end of the day,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
rightly said, Rohit, there is nothing free. Boss, we spent bomb of time,
Yeah,
effort,
yeah,
money, mind, energy, family to come to where we are. So what we are trying to tell them is, you want to be, always follow this in my life. If somebody is doing something and they are stuck, I'll help. If somebody is asking for, I don't. That's why my charity doesn't go to people who are sitting on the roadside. My charity
yeah,
goes to the maid who's working in houses. So you need to be, we need to have this vision that we are going to help people who want help, who are looking for help. Yes, there may be people who want help but are not asking. And I think we all have that lens now that we can
yeah,
identify candidates who have it but are not able to achieve it. But people who want it but don't want to work for it, I don't think they fall into that category of being provided help.
yeah, I agree.
And
I think so
if
what
we do,
Anuradha
yeah,
had said, and what Rohit has said, Anshav, to be very frank, I am working with Lions Club as a
okay.
mentor for a lot of initiatives for these 3-tier, 2-tier cities, right? It's we are not paid, right? We are invited and we are supposed to do that work. So either we understand whether it is a business model or we are doing something like a charity. And when we are talking about working with NGOs or working with these initiatives like Rotary Club or Lions Club, we're very sure that it's free of cost, you know. And when you talk about cities, especially the metro, especially Mumbai, I think so the students or the faculties, everywhere you see the model changes totally. That's what I mean.
Okay.
I
So
also
I have
I
one
also wanted to
suggestion and
add a I also wanted to add a point here. I also understand that students will not take this from what Anuradha also said and what Rishi also said. I think students don't take it seriously if there is no money invested in this. Parents also don't take it seriously if there's no money invested in this. We have tried this in the past, and what we did was we picked up students from colleges and gave them an internship of a year, 1 year, where there was a stipend paid to them. But initially, when we picked them up, they paid 1 lakh plus GST, and that 1 lakh plus GST was paid back to them when they completed their internship. So it eventually worked out free for them, but they invested a lot of effort in that 1 year towards the company's work. So that way, the kind of experiences they gained, and people who don't complete that 1 year don't get paid back.
very true.
So that
I
is
agree
some
with
sort
you.
of a commitment
Absolutely.
from the student and the parents also involved.
Yeah. And to
Akshay, will you be able to share the case study around that, or maybe some more details on the aspect
Sure.
that we were talking about?
Sure, I
Answer,
can do
your
that.
idea
Yes.
is good, but applauds to you to come out of the rock bottom of your life and come back to this point where you still have not carrying any hard feelings, and you are empathetic towards others' plight. But at the same point of time, when you were rising up, how many hands did you honestly get to come up? None. सच्ची बताना, none, right? तो हम ये हाथ दे रहे हैं, हमारे को कोई वक़्त नहीं मिलेगी. So let's do it for people. I'm not saying that we want returns, but we guru हैं तो थोड़ा respect तो बनता है.
Absolutely, Bansi. That is one thing which I want.
I feel that all of us are here because in the long term, we also see some sort of a financial arrangement, which will give us the kind of boost that we also need. We are all brands in ourselves. We've all been working on our mentorships, and we are trainers and skill developers.
Could I speak in something? Could I come in?
Everybody, yes, please.
Hello. At this point of time, hi, I'm Anjana. At this point of time, I would just like to add something as we are discussing that yes, whatever is free is not valued. Secondly, we can give them some, I won't say a scholarship. Let them pay something, some nice amount, and once they complete the internship, it can be refunded. That also can be a possibility. So that they do the whatever, like Anuradha was just mentioning, that helping with the marketing and all this stuff. So they can do that also. You know, like how many price they can pay.
Yes, Anjana, that's what we were suggesting. Also, Anshav seems to be interested in that also, and we can discuss that case study and see if that works out for us. Right, Anshav?
Excuse me. Yes, so I am open for suggestions and these kind of suggestions. We need to really form up probably a separate discussion forum as well, just to discuss on this. Whoever is interested to fine tune the business model, so we can have a separate discussion.
Anshav, before we go ahead with the how, we need to be very clear of what, because we know the why. That's why we are all here. But we need to be clear of what we want to provide, because there's a plethora of knowledge that is available, and so are the target audience. So once we narrow down the what, whether it is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, then we will be identifying the how.
Okay, so I'll tell you what we have committed it to them. Okay, let me just share that with you in the group. I'll share that with you, all of you. We have already defined what we are going to give it to them.
Okay.
We can do minor customizations around that group.
Sir, I'm Ajit Kuldeep. So can I give one suggestion, please?
Yes.
Yeah. So we can make a like subscription model, because like we will see now the edutech companies like big companies like Unacademy or like GradeUp. What they are doing is that subscription. So we will keep the first subscription very minimal, so that they can have a wide aspect of the course, then they can further subscribe.
Yes, so that's how our model goes. So what we have done is, and I'll just share the details with you, you will get some understanding. What we have done is, we have told them that there is a 1-month program, which actually costs us 3,000 rupees. That's what we have told them, which is going to be provided free to them. After that, we are going to charge them. So I'll share that also with all of you in the group, so that you can get that. So we definitely have already given them what we are going to give it to them, at what price we are going to give it to them. So it is already known to the college authorities. Even for the free, we are telling college that you do not tell students that it is free. You say that college is investing it. So the message going to students is not that it is free, it is going to the student that somebody is paying for it.
अंशव, दूसरा ऑप्शन है ना, कॉलेज को बोलो आप नहीं करोगे तो हम डायरेक्टली कर लेंगे, तो कॉलेज अपने आप बोलेगा कि हाँ मेरे थ्रू करो.
They are okay with that. They are perfectly okay with that. In fact, they have also told us that if students wants to do that later on, they can directly reach out to us. And that is why once they are within our platform, it is easier for us to then kind of work with them.
If I may just put a little bit of philosophy here, allow me. We run after either money or publicity or job satisfaction. Over here, we're running after what?
You are talking from whose perspective?
from our perspective, all 31 of us who are here, we're running after work, job satisfaction, some satisfaction that we've done some social cause for someone, right? Now, from the institution point of view, what is it that they are seeking? If we address their needs, they will be on board with us.
Right.
So are they looking at money or are they looking at branding? If we tell them ki we give you so much of footfall, so much of visibility, so many more candidates approaching you, something, I don't know, I'm just thinking aloud. We have to bring in their interest also. So long as we don't get into their interest zone, they will never understand what we are trying to say.
Yeah, so Anuradha, I think I'll have a separate conversation with you. You have so many ideas. Let me have a one-on-one conversation. We kind of filter these things because we have been actually dealing with these people for last 1 year and we know how they are. So there is a certain psychology behind all these college authorities. You would know that. So
yes, I'm well aware.
We need to understand that as well, and basis on that, we at least want to get foot in the door first and reach out to the students. They are still not allowing us to reach out to the students. So that is where we had to literally offer them something free, which we were not offering it free earlier. We were even asking even 100 rupees per student. That also they were not ready.
No, I think we'll be able to crack it. No worries, because sometimes what happens is ungli tedi karni padti hai.
No, initially I agree what you're saying it, but again, my experience with the institution is almost like similar. Initially, they won't allow you to even do that also.
Absolutely.
But Anshav, what we can offer free is definitely the first psychometric test and the counseling session. Those are anyways possible free of cost, and from that we can generate the kind of interest that we need for them to convert to our program.
Yeah, so we are giving them a three options. One is a basic skills profiling as free. Then will be some live sessions free and a gamification platform access as free. See, gamification platform, we have already built it up. Now we have already invested over there. So that money is already there. At least if we have some students onto it, we can then, reach out to those students and then, sign them up for our paid programs.
Hi, Ansha, this is Gitika. May I get in?
Yeah, Gitika, please.
Yeah, just one thing I just want to understand. Do we have any plans as well, just after completing these free sessions, the one-on-one counseling with the students? Because I think that really helps, where the mentor comes in and where that mentor, helps them to realize where actually they are in terms of their skill set, what they are lacking, and where where they should head in future. So at present, what happens, because I am coming from the similar background, I am an assistant professor with an engineering college. I'm the head of the department for MBA and BBA, and I take engineering sessions as well. So I have a better understanding that, due to for the past 17 years, that they actually don't want to spend money. That is for sure. They want to get everything for free. So now here the role of all the mentors starts, where we need to help them identify their skill set, because that is the only point where we can crack them.
Yes, so that is why we have, if you have seen, I've just dropped the message in the group. We have given these 4 packages to them. And the first package, we are telling them that we are going to give them free. The idea here is we'll get the basic skill set, skills profiling. And I will need help from all of you, somebody of you who can help me create a basic skills profile, which we can put it up in our platform and at least get that data set, which we can create it as an analytics and share it with them and tell them that, boss, your students are having this much skills ready for a particular job role.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree.
And the idea of having these live sessions is basically to give students a flavor of the mentors as well. That, okay, what benefit they can get in. Plus, mentors also will get to know which students are serious, which are not serious.
Yep. I completely agree on this. Initially, when you give a demo session for them, when you say a free session, you can call it as your demo session, where we can create curiosity amongst the students, saying what is going to be them for future. what for the going for them for the upcoming sessions. So that curiosity where they can, we can eager them to, ignite them to for pay also. That's what its ultimate model is.
I think so. For the free of cost, Rohit, I've done whatever latest programs I've done on the virtual platform. I personally believe even if you, give them something interesting, but again, free of cost doesn't work. People don't come in, in terms of.
No, I agree, but I completely agree, Riti, with you. But when Anshav says that it's more about, live and all, and when you create, I don't know, your experience is something maybe greater than, but still we have to take a chance somewhere here or there. Otherwise, if you don't take a chance, then that's what sales talks about. Since coming from a selling and marketing background, I can just think about that. You see, it's about.
So Ricky, I'll just tell you, we are not doing it only from the live sessions perspective. The problem with a normal live session which you do in colleges is that it's only one-off session. What we are doing is we are doing it with a certain results out of it, certain expectations out of it. So you are having a skills profile, you know about yourself better. Your your faculties are going to know better about yourself. Second, we are going to give them a gamification platform where they are going to do the exercises and they are going to compete within each other. So they will get to know about how they're performing with respect to others, which is a self-based programs kind of thing. The third aspect is the live programs, which is going to be also more focused on communication skills. And these things we have already captured it from the students, from the faculty, that this is their need. So communication skills is 80% of the students and faculty wants. So if you are going to focus over there and the impact is better, they are going to see the results coming out of it. They are going to see the improvement in their, we'll create a skill score kind of thing so that we know that before and after training, what benefits they have gotten. So even if they say that I have not got the benefit, the score says it all.
Okay.
And whatever you have sent it on a WhatsApp group, Anshav, as basic, premium, platinum packages, if today as a mentor, I get paid for it, I think so. These are the package which people are catering to and they are charging for it. So today, if I'm doing a kind of a webinar for management colleges, I charge them for these kinds of things.
So see, that's what I said, Ricky. I have actually been trying to sell this off even at a very small price.
Sure.
Unfortunately, the government colleges will always show up the card that we are getting paid from the government. We don't have any authority and things like that. And the private colleges, they still want it free. Now, even if they want to do it, they will probably give it to one mentor, pay it for a 1 day or something, and actually bring thousands of students there.
Agreed.
But it is not a personalized approach. It is a very mass approach which they do. It is not focused on that. But our model is very personalized and we want to take it from one level to another level. That is a differentiator. We want to show it with our approach. And once that is proved, second level onward, we are going to definitely charge them.
Anshav, can I just change the entire approach to the whole thing? Yes, Mohammad Nasir, you wanted to say something.
I actually have a small point of, there is this National Skills Development Commission, and there are so many such skills development commissions. And recently, the government, which has taken over in Tamil Nadu, they have given a lot of importance to skills development. And Modi ji is one particular person who is very particular about skills development. Now the government is willing to sponsor such programs into terms of lakhs and lakhs of crores of rupees. So as somebody else had said, even the first program, when you do it free, I will probably have to caution you that it may not be giving a great feedback because they got it free. You understand? Anything that comes free, value it. They don't value it. They will not give a good feedback. The students will not give a good feedback. They will tell the colleges, no, we already know all these things and these people are just coming and repeating it. But the same thing, if you had charged them and if you had some means of collecting the funds, either from the students or from the government or from the sponsors or from the corporates, then they will go on to say, oh, wow, wonderful, excellent program. I have never heard all these things before. This I'm telling you because I'm also 60 plus and I have had a lot of experiences. So please consider this. Thank you.
Can I add to that? I think
Yes, Akshay.
I think what Mohammed said is actually very relevant also. Most of the colleges will firewall all sorts of inputs from us in the beginning itself, whether it's government or private. They will obviously there are other factors also under the table, commissions and all of those things also play a huge part. But having said that, if we are able to convince them to have a free webinar with the students, and then during the webinar register them for interest in this program, it has worked in the past, and I mean, so it could be a webinar for students and their parents also, whoever wants to attend, and we are able to bring this across to them as a refundable project where their fees is refunded after they've completed this entire thing. So a normal placement agency, something like a normal placement agency, which is preparing them for a certain customized position in a corporate job, and once they start working, they are supposed to pay back that investment. It's like a education loan essentially.
I like to
add here. My name is Aishwarya Magesh. I am part of a group called Mahendra Pride Classroom, and I've been training students like this for soft skills, and through them I've been going offline and online, everybody. All these, there is one more called Tata. They have also one of these institutions. Whatever you're saying here is already covered by them for free for government colleges in more than 16 states. This they do it, the NGOs are there, they do it for free. Whatever we are thinking and doing should be in an advanced level, and it should directly go to the students. I know you have approached colleges and all that, but colleges get these things for free from such institution for their commitments, and they have people doing it already, and it's been 7 to 8 years this has been running, and they have major colleges, private and government, mostly government, but most of the private colleges also they have. They have even catered to ITI students, polytechnic students and all that. So whatever you are doing now, if you want to charge and go ahead, you should either go through the corporates or you should go directly to the students with the minimum charge. That
I
is
agree with Ashwata. We need to offer something different, which will create some value in their careers. Essentially, maybe a 3-month internship at a corporate, which will give them an insight into the work culture at a particular corporate, if that is what they have been dreaming about working at. Or let's say if somebody says, I want to work at Wipro or an Infosys or Microsoft. So are we able to create an internship for them? That would obviously mean that we already have a tie-up with such corporate, and we offer them interns at a fixed stipend or whatever, because every company has a budget for interns, and they are able to get interns, and in the bargain the interns get the training and the exposure that we are offering them also. And during this time we are also continuing with our mentoring sessions also.
So aren't we, Akshay, diverting from what we are actually meant to do here? We're trying to do a job of training in a place.
I think these are only ideas, right? Yeah,
Mr.
Ashok, you're saying something?
Yeah. I want to add one thing. What I understand about Anshav, it's about it's the material. What we are talking, what we are teaching them. It can be the same material, same, but it's a different people. It's all about teacher who is teaching. A person can, it's not about the product. It's about who is giving the product. So it can be the same thing, but who is delivering that thing is that really matters. And second thing, what Anshav is thinking, or maybe his module is telling, what I understand, that it's about connecting factor. Giving free is basically for 1 month or whatever the weeks we are thinking of. It's about getting connected. Mentor and the student can get connected, and they can know easily these people are really from the they're not from academy things. They are from the from corporates. They got live experiences, so they can see the difference. And this is what we can say to the principal and this education industry. What they are going to get. So it's about connectivity, and second is who is going to deliver. Although it can be the same thing, it's like about the same tea. You can get in a 5 rupees and you can get in a 50 rupees. Product can be the same, but who is delivering, that really matters a lot. What I understand in this journey.
Anshav, when we are addressing this, we have multiple stakeholders, and each stakeholder has a different expectation, and our deliverables for each of them is different. One being the students, second being the students' parents, who's going to pay for the fee, and third being the college and its faculty. So our strategy has to first take care of the immediate roadblock, which is college and its faculty. So we could probably have an assessment wherein we show them the mirror of where you guys stand with respect to the international standards. Because if there is no need and they're saying we don't need it, let's create the need. The need will come when you show them the gap analysis. And once that is there and you leave it at that, they will come to you. What happens today is, if somebody is telling me you come and take a vocational or very simple as go take your medical test. Every 1 year you're supposed to do the whole full body medical checkup. How many of us do it? And whatever we say deep down, we have that fear. Arey, kuch aa gaya to who's going to handle it, right? So let's do that assessment for the universities at a standardized level. Okay, wherein
I think there is a global discussion which is happening. I was attending one webinar yesterday, and there is a discussion now happening that people, because of, especially post-COVID and e-learning coming into the ecosystem, that people are started now moving past colleges. They're not focusing on colleges. They want to reach out to the students directly.
Yes,
because
yes.
The movement from colleges to the students is very, very slow, and it is actually not paying. So it is much better that we reach out to the students as soon as possible. They will want to stop us, but we will have to give them. That is the reason we are giving so many things free, that they will allow us to reach to the students directly. Once those students reach out to us in the sessions, we will do our indirect marketing. We'll definitely show them the next level of packages and let them pay, let them decide whether they want to go ahead with that or not. But by that time, we'll have to go through with this free tag with us.
I think, Anshav, rather than us pushing our packages ahead, first we need to understand what they want. We need to understand their need.
We have already done that exercise, Anuradha. We've been doing that for almost last 6 months now. We have had multiple discussions. We have understood what they want, and that is why I have crafted this offerings for them.
Can I come in?
Yeah, Mohammed.
Yeah, see, actually, the recently elected government in Tamil Nadu, if you can fix an appointment with the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for the kind of reputation you have, for the kind of project you have, for the kind of aspirations you have, for the kind of dreams you have, when you put up a proposal, I'm sure that he's going to invite you all for a discussion. I'm sure that you all are going to be there, sitting across the table of the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, and I can help you in getting that also. I mean, a lot of ways of doing it. So what happens is, through the government, there are about 1,000 colleges in Tamil Nadu, which you simply sign as a memorandum of understanding with the government of Tamil Nadu, and you can have a big start so far as Tamil Nadu itself is concerned. I can see much brighter prospect for you for this dream to come true in this particular state in a bigger way, where, apart from the trainers who have joined the group so far, there are another 1,000 trainers within Tamil Nadu who will voluntarily be, they'll be coming and they'll be doing a good job, and then there'll be great mode of win-win situation. They'll be engaged, they'll be paid, and the students will get the benefit, and the government will make sure that they have this target of, you say 1 million, they will probably say 2 million. I mean, they will set the target much higher for them to be good very soon. Please work on these lines also.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Bhai. I think I'll connect with you offline on this and we'll discuss more in detail. I've noted it down with me about your thought process, and I think it's a very valid thought.
Pushpalata wanted to have
Right, Shamil. I was about to say that. Pushpalata, you have
Yeah.
something, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I was listening to all the views and about providing free. Just wanted to share my experience is that I also worked with NGOs apart from corporate and educational institutes. So I was paid by the NGO, but from NGO to student, it was free of cost. And when I went with them, we literally had to go and get the students out of their hostels or their place where they're living in to attend this program because it is free of cost. So that is what my point is, and I completely agree with many of the trainers who shared their opinion that free is equivalent to no value, and people really don't respect who is coming, what experience they have, what they are bringing to the table, and what value they're going to add, whether it is 1 hour session or it is 1 month session, doesn't matter. Secondly, yes, to whom it is, what we are giving completely free, even I will not be agree to that. Now, the other point which was made by one of the trainer is that these kind of programs are run by NGOs. Various CSR projects are run for the same in the same what you are offering. So even I have done in my initial phases, I have done this kind of CSR programs where the company is paying, but for the college or for the students, it is free of cost. But then the response is definitely, there are few students who are really looking forward, but that's the 10% of the complete attendance. So that's the, I mean, if I go on, it will be kind of the same thing that what others have, my colleagues have spoken of. So let's think over it and let's see how we can provide
so
them the
I think
value
let's
and
park
get
this idea right now.
value
Let's
for
park this
ourselves
idea
as
right
well.
now. Yeah, so I think it's a very valid thought which has been raised and discussed. Let us, anyway, this is recorded. Let me share it within the group also. Let everybody also think about it. Maybe on Monday session, we will have a today evening session at 7. We'll see if we can carry on this discussion at 7 or we will have it on Monday. Simran will be sharing a link for you to register for the next week sessions as well, from Monday to Saturday. Let's try to move forward with a respective set of mentors or experts who can work with us to fine tune this entire program. As of now, I would want that everybody kind of think on this on this idea. I will have a one-on-one conversation with all the people who have given suggestions. I've written down your names. So I will have another conversation with you separately to understand. Maybe we can have a more focused discussion, and then one of us can prepare a presentation and share it with everybody so that we can be there on the same page. Is that approach fine?
Yeah, that sounds good. This is Aishwarya again. You have all the content ready, or you want us to train us to prepare the content?
Yeah, we will want trainers to prepare the content because right now we have just given them the headings. Okay, we have created the platform for the same, and our platform is created in such a manner that you yourself can customize and create nuggets out there on a video-based lectures or maybe some gamification tools and things. I'll arrange a demo also for all of you mentors as well about the platform so that you understand what kind of platform we're talking about.
So you have a platform for that, for creating that content?
Yes, we have a plan.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Okay, I like to add one thing about free, what I understand. see, those certain things are free in our life, but the value is so important. So always creating a value for everyone, like, the person who is coming is their per hour is, somebody is charging per hour 15,000 or 20,000 per hour, but he's giving free. So that person can have a value for that, what he's spending right now, the time. So we can create the value if we are going for free, but we can say the value is so high.
Yeah, see, we'll have to actually decide here, are we, because right now we are looking at delivering value probably at a very, very low cost or maybe free. Eventually, we will definitely get paid, be it 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 or whatever. But initially, we'll have to start like this because we are talking about numbers. When the numbers will increase, the things will change a lot. So I look at it from this perspective that even if it is 1 lakh students training, we are giving it free. And even if we get 10% conversion, we're talking about 10,000 conversions. And even if we charge 1,000 rupees per student, it will be a huge value. Yeah, sure. You were saying something?
I think it would be good. Yeah, Ajit over here. I think it would be good if we have like, as you told that there will be like content preparation among the trainers. So if we will further divide the trainers among various teams, then only there will be a like cordial like group formation, and then only they can create the right content. Otherwise, it will be a like amalgamation of confusion arising out of it. So
Right,
further
right.
division of like mentors among various teams, so they can decide that on which aspect they can create the best content out of it. That will be a good idea.
Absolutely, Ajit. I think it's a fantastic idea as well. Let us create a group of principal mentors, maybe who can decide on the curriculum and the content development. Then they can form up under their leadership. They can develop, have some couple of mentors with them under them, so that each principal mentor can be aligned with a particular either one college or a set of colleges, and they can manage it entirely from that perspective, because content also may need to be customized depending on the college to college and the degree what they are taking, because it will vary from engineering to normal graduates to pharma to medicine or MBA graduates.
Anshab, just to add one thing, I think this is the I just saw your WhatsApp message which you have floated on regarding those different kinds of packages like basic, premium, platinum. That's what the road forward which we are going on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So the first one we are offering them is free.
Yeah, I got it. So just to add up on this, see, when I see all these packages, they looks to maybe like many of our co-colleagues have also shared that these are a very generic one, like building their interviewing skills or communication or that kind of stuff. Just to give you an add-on, when you say about skill building, can you think of it? Can we add some domain area expertise into it on this? Like nowadays, like you have a digital marketing or sales and marketing or analytics or something like that in particular domain area. Some of the things.
I would be happy to do that, but not in the free domain.
No, not in the free. That's what I'm saying. So free can be what you are giving it. Later on, you can say, okay, this is what we are catering you, because for a mass, we can help you to, qualify for interview. That's okay.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
that's what, again, many people are doing into it. But when you talk about skill building, in the name of skill building, this is a generic one, which I say. But if you go in a specific, some of the areas, let's start with, and you can find out, that you can choose out which is the burning topic, and then you can have a mentor for those particular thing, and where we can attract more into the students to get into, because that is where really the hot cake, where we can say, okay, these are things which can give you a job. That's what it is.
Yeah, so that's the idea of Rohit out here, that once we get into the foot in the door, we know more about the students and their requirements and their skill sets.
Yeah.
We can actually market them accordingly, and align it to the respective mentor who has been working with us for so long. And that is where the actual rewards will come in. We are not, as a company also, when we have invested $1 million on the platform, we have also thought of certain perspective
Absolutely.
out here. We have not invested $1 million to not even recover $1 million. We have invested $1 million to, at least earn $100 million out of it.
Sure,
Then only
sure.
our investors also
No,
will be
no,
happy around
Ansha,
it.
no doubt in that. Ansha, no doubt in that. Sorry if I communicated in that way.
No, I am not. I am actually echoing your point. I'm actually just saying that what you're saying is absolutely fantastic, and that is what investments we have made. We want some of
Yeah.
your time investments as well from the mentors, so that when we make money, we all of us make money around.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a win-win situation for everybody.
Yes.
So Anshu, when do we have these focus sessions?
I have written down all the names who have given their thoughts. Okay, and I'll put those names into the group as well. If anybody wants, somebody else also wants to, after going through this session, they want to be part of this focused group, they can share their name. I'll create a separate group for that onto that and have a separate session so that others don't get disturbed into our discussions. Because this will require a constant to and fro communication. Sure, Akshay, your name is already there. So I'll just name out which I have written down. Maybe if you want to add somebody. Anuradha, Riti, Rohit Kashyap, Akshay Nagarkar, Shaila Thakur, Mohammad Nasir, Anjana Mukherjee, Ajit Kuldeep, Geetika Bhasin, Aishwarya Magesh, Pushpalata Chaure, and Ashok Tiwari. These are the names I have right now. If you want these discussions, you want to participate in this strategy discussion, then you can put your name in the group as well.
Thank you, Anshu.
Thanks, Ashok.
Thank you, Anshu,
Okay.
for adding the name.
Thanks, Anshu.
My pleasure.
Thank you,
so
Anshu.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anshu.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Anjana.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Dave. I
Bye.
think it went on a little longer than I expected, but
Yeah.
thank you so much all for your participation, and looking forward to take this initiative to a larger ecosystem.
Yeah, it was a very good discussion and very
Excellent meeting. Excellent meeting.
yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
So
you.
good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye bye.
you.
Have a good day.
Same to you. Stay safe.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Everyone.